Welcome to the American Lean Podcast.
This is episode 13.
I'm sure that many of you have heard that there are 4 stages to team development and that each team goes through these 4 stages before they begin to perform at a high level. Given that a rapid improvement event is a 3 to 5 day long event, we have to move teams quickly through these 4 stages so that they can have a successful outcome. We'll get into the 4 stages right after the intro.
Welcome to the American Lean Podcast, where we cover 5 topics in 5 days in about 5 minutes. The only place in the world where you can get daily lean coaching. Your host is Tom Reed, and he shares his 30 years of experience and covers leadership, culture, entrepreneurship, lean methodologies, Industry 4.0, and interviews special guests on their lean journey. We're glad you're here, so let's go.
Welcome in to the American Lean Podcast. Like I mentioned in the intro, we want to talk about the 4 stages of team development. Because of the short duration of a rapid improvement event, you have to move through these stages quickly, but you also have to be aware that they exist and that teams are going to go through these 4 stages. Stage 1 is forming. This is where the team is brought together for the first time. Depending upon the team makeup and the size of the organization, some people may already know each other and some might not. At this stage, people are polite, feeling each other out, but realize that they are also often anxious. It's helpful to hold a very simple icebreaker to get everyone a little bit more comfortable with each other. Hopefully, fairly quickly, we begin to move into stage 2, which is storming. What you'll see here is team members begin to jockey for informal leadership. Often there's angst because people have different working styles, but yet now they're being asked to utilize an entirely different working style altogether within the structure of the rapid improvement event. What you might see here is that some team members resist in taking on tasks that are important to the success of the rapid improvement event. Hopefully very quickly then, the team begins to move into norming. After they are a little more comfortable with each other, and it usually takes about half a day, the team members begin to perform as a more coherent unit. People will ask for constructive feedback on their ideas that they bring to the table. Using tools such as waste and pick charts helps get people comfortable with sharing their ideas in a non-threatening environment. Please remember, one of the rules of brainstorming is that there are no rules as you go through this process. Stage number 4 is performing. This is where the team is willing to take on the hard work of making change in the defined area that we are working on. There's little friction between team members and everyone pitches in without reserve to meet the stated goals of the rapid improvement event. So along with the 4 stages of team development, here's 3 tips for success. Again, because a rapid improvement event has a very defined beginning and an end, we want to move the team through these 4 stages of development very quickly. Tip number 1. It's important to have a defined charter or an A3. Ensure there's a project sponsor, team leader, and that the desired outcomes are established at the beginning. Tip number 2 is to follow an established rapid improvement event process. So if we're going to develop value stream maps, I typically like to do those before we begin the event. The same with training. If we can get the team members together and conduct the training before the event, it makes our time within the event that much more useful. Other than that, it's important to have an agenda for each of the different days within the rapid improvement event. Day 1 might consist of waste walks and brainstorming, using the 8 wastes or pick chart to narrow down options. Typically, that might take an entire day. Day 2 then often consists of evaluating the options that you came up with on your pick chart, maybe developing new facility layouts or area layouts. And if you do that, I always like to see a minimum of 3 options. Do them on paper first, and maybe go down and mark things out on the floor to see if things will fit. Then day 3 and 4 typically consist of trying the changes. Try the changes, see if you get the results you expect, and if so, then we want to make that our permanent way moving forward. Tip number 3 is to make sure we have a formal report out at the end of the rapid improvement event. This is a way for the team to present and celebrate their success. It also acts as a formal adjourning of the group. Now, there may be some additional open items to be closed over time, but the main activity and purpose for the group coming together is complete. Everything is celebrated, and the team can build upon the success of the event. So very quickly, when you're having a rapid improvement event, understand that teams are going to go through the 4 stages of team development. Stage number 1, forming. Stage number 2, storming. Stage number 3, norming. And eventually they'll get to stage number 4, performing. So I hope you enjoyed our time together today. Remember, the consuming information is great, but I want you to take this information to make yourself and your company a little bit better today. This podcast is for you. So if there are topics that you would like me to cover, or if you'd like to share your company's lean journey, please contact me at tom@americanlean.com.
Full show notes can be found at americanlean.com/blog
4 stages of a rapid improvement team. Until tomorrow, have a great one.
Thank you for joining us today. As always, we're honored to serve you, and we hope that you and your company are getting a little bit better every day. Please subscribe, rate, and review this podcast, and share it with others in the lean and business community. If you'd like to turbocharge your lean efforts, please visit us at AmericanLean.com.